Hi, I'm Fiona, and I'm one of the facilitators of the CROP team. My background is that I'm a nurse. I did community health nursing and then went into working as a relationships counsellor and have worked in the area of counselling and mediation and family mediation for most of my career. CROP has a commitment to offering rites of passage programs for young people, particularly for boys. And my involvement working with mothers means to say that once parents demonstrate an interest in being part of CROP or part of finding out about it, that I will make contact with mothers and the mothers of the family who are thinking about the program, and talk to them about kind of what's involved and what's needed. And then as we go through and we have some information sessions, I would talk, generally be part of the team that's talking to parents, and also be involved with working with the mothers in a group. I guess one of the things that has happened in CROP is that it's been very focused on the fathers and sons and that relationship, and there's been a real need to ensure that the mothers and the role of mothers and the family is considered in the process. And so my role has been really to facilitate that and to keep the presence of mothers and the role of mothers in the family and the role of mothers in the boys' lives, and indeed thinking about the role of mothers as these young boys turn into young men and become men in themselves. And I think it's really vital that that relationship is encouraged and helped to develop and change, because sometimes mothers hold their role of mother very dearly, and they want the very best for their boys. And so helping them recognise that they can shift from being a mother who does everything for their child into a mother who is standing by, supporting and encouraging, but not having to do everything. That's part of the process of the women's work in the program. Working with CROP has been a very valuable process, and I actually hold the position that I have in the team very dearly, because I get to work closely with men who are passionate about personal development, about both the families that we're working with, but also their own. And so working with people who are keen to grow and develop keeps me also growing and developing and helps my growth and development. So being part of the team is very valuable. First of all, I'd say do it. Do it and enjoy it. And I would say to anyone who is interested in the Rites of the Passage program that it will challenge them, that it will challenge them individually and in their relationships and in their family, and challenge them in a good way to because everyone's face challenges, families face challenges all the time. But in terms of doing it in the context of the CROP program, those challenges are seen and named and understood in a way that that doesn't happen in normal everyday life. And so it makes some things more obvious, some things more manageable, and it encourages encourages growth and depth in family relationships. After the boys have completed the program, mothers will talk about how they feel that their relationship has up-leveled, has kind of gone to another level, that they are able to see their boy in a different light, see their boy as it growing, developing into being a young man. And they can feel freer to allow that relationship, that development in their son, and also in themselves. It supports them to change and to let that relationship change. And so they often talk about ways that they also have challenged, they're facing a challenge of kind of not stepping in or allowing their son to do something when they might have just taken over. And so they talk a lot about the subtle changes that really kind of play out in the family. And they talk about noticing how the relationships of their son and other siblings are also affected. Rites of passage happen all the time in all kind of different situations. And particularly for young people who are growing up, there's all sorts of rites of passage that they will initiate for themselves. But we have a very clear process in terms of intentional rites of passage around the process of what a rites of passage is. And there are some key parts to it. And that is that the person is in their community, living their life, kind of being part of everything. And so creating a sense of community at the start of our program is important. And then through the steps of the rites of passage is a process of separation. And so that is in our program where the families are together and the young man, or the boy will actually separate from being with his mum and go with his dad off on and go away with his dad. So that's part of the program. And spend time away and be facing challenges. And then that's another step of the process. And then the return of the young person back into their community is the final step. And then actually there is another step too, which is kind of less what we're involved in, but that's the integration. And that's the integration of the process for the young person and the family. So I work particularly with the mothers around preparing for their son going away. And the separation is particularly a conscious and an intentional process. Therefore, the mothers holding the space whilst their son and the boy's father are away, while it may not look like much, but it's very intentional as well. So I work with mothers in that time. And then, of course, the return and the welcoming back, and being very intentional about that and how we do that, so that each of the step is acknowledged, named, and worked through is part of the work that I do with the mums.